Hello, I'm Paul Finley, and I'm part of Group 1, along with Rick, focusing on social learning. I chose to research early exposure to violence and how it affects social learning, and I'm using Powtoon for my assignment 3. Two things I take from this assignment. Children who have had chronic exposure to real or perceived threats may become conditioned to react with fear and anxiety to a broad range of circumstances. Dr. Megan Holmes said, "People may think children that are young are passive and unaware, but they pay attention to what's happening around them." Because the meaning is variable and the media message can affect our head, heart, and spirit, it's important to assess the potential effects of media messages as they impact individuals, groups, and society. Myth: there are no studies linking violent video gameplay to serious aggression. That's false. High levels of violent video game exposure have been linked to delinquency, fighting at school, and during free periods, violent criminal behavior. Since 1975, there has been no scientific doubt that viewing violence increases aggression. Based on previous reviews of the literature, scientists claim that the debate over media effects on violence is over. Studies use various methodologies, for example, experimental, cross-sectional, and longitudinal, providing converging evidence that media violence contributes to real-life violence. Cultural violence reinforces aggression within society, especially within a vulnerable society such as children. Therefore, media violence becomes a contributor because it is a link to aggressive and violent behavior seen. Although aggressive and violent behavior can be hereditary, it can also be inhibited socially through excessive exposure to aggressive and violent acts portrayed to children. As a result, it impedes the positive development in children because the brain is still in the development process. Young people do not necessarily adapt to what they have observed, but they measure their own behavior in terms of distance to the perceived media models. For instance, if cruelty is common, just kicking another person seems to be innocent by comparison if the cultural environment has not established an alternative frame of reference. An experience of violence can lead to lasting physical, mental, and emotional harm, whether the child is a direct victim or a witness. Children who are exposed to violence are more likely to suffer from attachment problems, regressive behavior, anxiety, and depression, and have aggression and conduct problems. Other health-related problems, as well as academic and cognitive problems, and involvement with the child welfare and juvenile systems are also associated with experiences of violence. And now a word about Powtoon. I like it, but the learning curve is definitely vertical. I was raised on PowerPoint, so this has been a nice awakening for me. I've been slow to respond to cloud-based software, but that can be exported to YouTube and useful at my job.
Created using Powtoon.